Good morning from Berlin. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to you to the AeroDays 2020 Forum. My name is Uli Bobinger, freelance journalist, and it's a great privilege to be with you here today. And it's especially a great pleasure to be here with my colleague, Connie.
Thank you so much, Uli. Yes, my name is Connie Schummach, and yesterday I was already part of this wonderful 3-day event. And it's also very nice to be part of something that is both in line of a tradition and also very innovative, because most of you know that the tandem AeroDays 2019-2020 are something special in that they are actually twinning two countries, two towns, as we've just seen in the trailer, and bringing the expertise together, both from Romania and also from Germany, within that scope of the bigger part, which is, of course, Europe.
Connie, yesterday you already have presented the Berlin Aviation Summit. It was a day full of interesting discussions. So what are your impressions you are carrying today to this AeroDays 2020 forum?
Thank you very much, Uli. The point is, there were a couple of novelties, and being an outsider of the industry, I was absolutely amazed about the commitment to getting to a zero-emission flight. And that was one of the overruling themes yesterday. Never mind whether it was the CEOs, the CTOs, everybody's concerned with that. And then, of course, we had a couple of specialized sessions. So that was one aspect that is also going to be there today, because, of course, yesterday we were talking in headlines, we were talking in sound bites, and today we can go much more into depth. So one of the quintessence was that, yes, there is the commitment to be on the next level, which is hydrogen, by the year 2035 with planes out there. And the other aspect that I heard as a motive that went through all of the speeches was that, of course, the basics for that is digitization, which will enable, for example, airports to run more efficiently, which will enable the flight paths to be more efficient and therefore more sustainable, and. So digitization is probably something that we're going to hear about today as well.
I followed the day yesterday, and I've been under a spell watching the conference program. And to pick one special moment, there were many, but one special moment, I was thrilled by the statement of Rafał Milczarski from LOT, Polish Airlines. He said, for sure, the companies, they are competing with each other, but the beauty of aviation, and he really chose this poetic word, the beauty of aviation lies in the freedom of flying. And this is a desire everybody in the community feels very strongly in this strange year. So that was an impressive statement. I think, Connie, there were a lot of stunning topics. You just mentioned the green fuel topic. You were moderating a panel concerning the green fuel yesterday. So some years ago, that sounded like science fiction. What did you really hear yesterday? Did anybody mention a clear date for commercial flying with green fuel?
Well, I put it to one of the people in my fuel panel, and they were actually a bit stunned by me asking for a specific date. And I must actually specify the question I said is, when do you think proper zero-emission flight globally can be achieved? So it's global, that's the decisive factor. And we had Maarten van Dijk from Sky Energy, who said 2050, yes, we can do it. Axel Krein, the executive director at Clear Sky Joint Undertaking, said, well, we can actually get there a bit earlier, by 2040. And I think Fabian Ziegler from Shell didn't want to commit to that date, but he said, we've already started. We've already started producing green hydrogen. So yes, the pathway has started.
So, and one topic generally was the impact of the COVID pandemic. And I remember one, also a poetic word from Guillaume Faury, CEO of Airbus. He said, the darkest hour is always before dawn. So it was a nevertheless pretty optimistic mood, I think, yesterday. But Connie, maybe let's have a look at the program of today.
Yes, as we said earlier, today it's just going to be really nice because it's going to be in-depth. It's going to be so that people can actually breathe in, breathe out, and put forward their argument, their point of view. And we are going to actually get started with the CTO panel in a couple of minutes. It was supposed to be 11 o'clock in the program, but we are going to wait 1 or 2 minutes because we think the panel is already online, and then at 12:45 we'll have the energy transition aviation, which we already had yesterday, but again today 90 minutes set aside for that.
And then at 2:45 it's about the digital transformation of aeronautics, and as we all know, digitalization maybe is the keyword in any field of aeronautics today. The digital twin and the computer may be in the future also testing and maybe certification of an aeroplane and the computer. So this is a pretty challenging field.
And then we have a last round, but again, a very important round because it's all about the fuels. And we mentioned the target date, 2050, zero emission, i.e. climate neutral flying. And how to reach that goal will be discussed in 90 minutes from 16:30 onwards. And with that, I think we can get started.
Yeah, maybe just one thing before for all of you, I think more than 1,000 participants online. Good to have you here. There's a lot of opportunities for you to join in. You can follow the discussions here in the lecture hall. We hope you will do so, but you can also visit the exhibition hall, take a trip to the partner launch. There are meet and greet sessions, or the networking area where you can meet other people. So a lot of opportunities for you also to join in with your questions. They are brought to the session chair then and maybe brought into the discussion. Yes, and now I think
let's get started.
Let's get started.